NFL quarterback Drew Brees playing defense after critics slam him for promoting Bring Your Bible to School Day.
I'd like to set the record straight. I live by two very simple Christian fundamentals, and that is love the Lord with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. So the fact that these rumors have been spread about me are completely untrue. What I did was I filmed a video recently that was encouraging kids to bring their Bibles to school for National Bring Your Bible to School Day.
Well, here to weigh in our panel of former NFL stars, Erik Coleman, Donovan McNabb, and Chris Valletta. Good morning, all.
Morning.
This is always a great Sunday, and having all three of you here is wonderful. What do you think about Drew Brees? Let's start with you. Erik, I want to get an idea of him pushing back now on the critics and saying, look, I just want to encourage kids to bring their Bible to school.
I like the fact that he pushed back. Here we are in an age where a quarterback of an NFL team promotes kids to bring Bibles to school, promotes something positive, and he gets crushed for it. I think it's a shame, and I'm glad that he pushed back.
Donovan, he's also a leader in the locker room. Does this have any impact on how his teammates view him, or do they recognize this is just a guy standing up for what he believes?
This is a guy standing up for what he believes, and I think we have to really look into a situation where it's much more than just a video that was sent. This is something in which a lot of people in New Orleans are looking at him as a role model, a guy that they're trying to kind of put themselves in his shoes, and he's sending a good message. This isn't a bad message at all that he's sending, and I think we all need to look at it. If this is a national day that they're trying to bring about, and he's pushing and promoting it, I think we really need to look into it.
Chris, it's like the mob decided Drew Brees is a bad guy because he got in with this conservative group when they didn't listen to what he actually said, like Donovan suggested, that listen to what's in his heart.
Right.
You guys played in a different time where not every single thing was political.
I mean, we live in the land of offense right now where everything is being constructed to drive clicks, views, likes, shares. It's actually ridiculous. I think Drew Brees is the model American athlete, in my opinion. He represents the best of what's possible for just performance, and that's on the field and off the field. He lives these virtues of representing character and integrity, and I think actually he's the type of athlete, especially in today's professional game, that our kids need to be modeling themselves after.
Right.
And, I feel for him. But good for him that he actually pushed back the way he did. I respect him greatly for that.
Erik, on another topic we've been talking about all morning, we have to get your take. Antonio Brown, speaking of the land of offense, it seems he's offended almost everybody, except for maybe Pats fans this morning. What do you make of this bizarre turn of events?
It's really unbelievable. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, and we come from an era where this social media stuff and this all about me kind of atmosphere is pushed back. The team wouldn't have it, and the fact that he kind of gets rewarded for it, goes to the Patriots, is really unbelievable. And, I just hope that he can write his career, have a great year, and have some success in New England.
Well, Donovan, talk about that, because on one hand, Belichick is this guy who's do your job.
Right.
Be like a champion, and don't do the noise. But is he sort of now win at all costs? Will take on someone like Antonio Brown, even though he's not really a team player?
Well, not that I've ever been in a situation where it dealt with a receiver, but I look at it this way, and if he's bringing over what we've seen over the last month and a half or so, then it's going to tear up the locker room, because you're going to have young guys who think they can get along with the things that he was doing. There are a lot of young guys that are following him and trying to dress or social media wise, get the followers up, get the likes on Instagram, whatever it may be, if that's allowed in the New England locker room. Now, people may say the Randy Moss situation or Chad Ochocinco, and then they may pick some other guys like, maybe Gordon. But those are particular guys who, in the social media world, wasn't as strong as Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown has a group that follows him, that films him, that records different things, they put out different things. And I think what that does is that puts a lot of pressure on football teams, because think about the Oakland Raiders right now. What is Derek Carr thinking? Derek Carr thought that he had a number one weapon that would help him show that he's a franchise quarterback. Now all of a sudden he's got the same football team that he had last year. And if he plays the way he did last year.
And they gave up 2 picks for this guy.
If he plays the way he played last year, then everyone's talking about they need to get rid of him.
Yeah. Chris, I want you to comment on this, but also start our round of predictions for 2019. So does this put the Pats at the front of that for you?
So, look, culture is the immune system of an organization, whether it's a professional football team or a business. It makes no difference. And this is a classic case of the best player versus the right player. A lot of people think he's the best player, but I commend the Raiders for making a decision that the best isn't necessarily what is right.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to a place that culture is everything. It is the reason the Patriots have been successful. So this is going to be an ultimate test, but there is a saying in Boston, in Bill we trust. We'll see if that actually works out. I was born in Boston, so I kind of have to lead with the Patriots, but Eagles. But I am sitting next to I am sitting next to this guy, and so look, I'll do.
Donovan,
I do
make
think
your
it's
prediction,
Eagles
do your
and Patriots.
pushback there, but also Baker Mayfield, a quarterback like you, he's making a lot of noise, but backing it up. Are the Cleveland Browns for real?
Well, I mean, he's not backing it up yet. Preseason is preseason.
He had a good first year.
we need to see this during the regular season. When you have a lot of personalities that you have to cater to, and that includes the head coach. The head coach is young. He's a guy who's not used to this particular position. And on offense, when you have so many personalities, you have to cater to. No one's even talking about the defense. Yeah. When you have Myles Garrett, who may be the defensive player of the year, and on offense, we're talking about all these guys, and Odell talking about his hip is bothering him, and he's still going to try to play. What about Chubbs? What about Landry? What about Callaway? You know, what about these particular guys who you have to cater to? And if they come out of the blocks and all of a sudden they're 2-3, 2-4, there's going to be some rumblings going on.
So your prediction real quick so we can...
Your prediction for
Super Bowl?
Well, Super Bowl, I'm going Kansas City and obviously Philadelphia. And then obviously I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Of course. So, Eric, besides the Minnesota Vikings, who do you see winning the Super Bowl?
Well, you know, I do like the Saints. I think that Drew Brees and that offense are very good. I was going with Kansas City, but now that New England got some more pieces,
New information.
But I'm saying if Antonio Brown can conform and stay within the realms of that team, they have a lot of weapons over there. That
Julian
they can
Edelman could
use.
have a monster season if that actually.
They double-teamed Antonio Brown. Edelman's going to get $1 million.
Well,
about Gordon?
Walker had a great year with Randy Moss. So, I mean, but that doesn't say that much. I mean, you talk about the juggernaut in the AFC. I mean, you still got to play defense.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day.
All right, gentlemen, it was a really great
What a
conversation.
great group.
Appreciate you coming
Thank
in.
you all very much.
And we're going to hold you to the predictions. We're going to have you back.
Oh, sounds good to me.
All right.